HCKT TV breaking news coming at you, folks. This is the family of Mike Lamb. He went missing in 2022. Let's get to the update. What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the channel. I'm sick today. Really sick. I don't know what I got, but I'm smothering down. My head stopped up. Anyway, I need to bring you this breaking news. So I have to apologize about how I sound. I shouldn't be trying to make a video and me sick like this. But anyway, like I said, this is breaking news coming out of Harlan County dealing with the Mike Lamb case. DNA evidence has surfaced in the Lamb missing person case from 2020. The family of the missing person, Michael Lamb, has always remained vigilant in their search for what happened to Lamb after he disappeared in 2022. Now, Mike was last seen walking to a neighbor's house on Kentucky 38 in the Clover Fork community of River Ridge. That's like 2 miles up from Everett's, somewhere around there. Now, I tried to cover this story. It was before I started YouTubing. It's mainly covered over on Facebook. And this went cold. I mean, you heard stories about him getting with this woman named Sherry. One thing I know, is that Mike took care of his handicapped brother. So it wasn't like him to leave for a long period of time. That's what, my face is itching. That's what makes this so strange. Anyway, guys, let's get into this story. It has been almost 4 years since Michael Lamb left his brother's house on Davis Lane at River Ridge near Everett's to walk to a neighbor's house on Kentucky 38 to never return. Lamb has been missing since March of 2022 with no significant leads to this case. That's been 1,344 days, said his sister Christy Lamb, who has not given up trying to find answers. It has been an emotional roller coaster, she says, full of hurt and anger. Sometimes I lash out because I feel unheard. Most of the time, as if lashing out and causing chaos is the only way to get things done. This makes you crazy and disliked, as if you're more of a burden than a grieving sister. I'm going to tell you something, Chastity. If that was my brother, I'd be out raising hell. I'll tell you that much. Or Chastity, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Like I said, I'm sick, guys. Still, Chastity Lamb's pursuit of finding out what happened to her brother remains in full force. She knows as the day goes by, the likelihood of coming up with concrete clues gets slimmer, but she remains committed because she feels she owes it to her brother and the rest of her family. Two of Michael Lamb's family members who have also been who has also been looking for him and wanting answers as to what happened to him are his son, Aaron Lamb, and his cousin, Janice Brewer. And I think I'm kin to that Janice Brewer. I'm not for sure. The three have gone national in their pleas for help, including being interviewed by many media agencies and appearing on podcasts that draw attention to missing people cases. It's been a nightmare, Aaron Lamb Lamb said, every other day you can't help but think about all the bad things that could have happened, and you try to tell yourself that couldn't be what happened. But deep down, you just don't really know if it happened or not. I've been an emotional mess for the last 4 years, he said, because of this. It always hurts when you lose someone you love, but not knowing what happened to them makes it so much worse. Investigating officers have said in the past that it appeared Michael Lamb just vanished into thin air. The Harlan County Sheriff's Office has pursued every lead, however, which it has taken them to isolated hills surrounding the Clover Fork, rocky ravines, and even High Splint Lake, where they teamed up with other investigating agencies to dredge the lake for the body. Recently, however, there has been some information coming in to the Harlan County Sheriff Chris Brewer that he is actively pursuing. The Mike Lamb case is an ongoing missing persons investigation with foul play suspected, the sheriff said. It has been a frustrating case due to the lack of cooperation from many people who may know something of importance, but many people will discuss it with their friends or others. But when we ask for an interview, they refuse to cooperate. We will urge anyone with information to please come forward. And I urge you to come forward too. I mean, being a rat is selling on somebody for selling dope. I mean, if you know who murdered him or who done something to him, I don't see how you can sleep at night. I hope that man haunts you in your dreams. I really do. I mean, it's crazy that people are out talking to each other about what happened to the man. But when the law is like, will you give us a statement? No. I mean, the sheriff confirmed there was new DNA evidence in the case and that foul play is suspected. Recently, we recovered new DNA evidence and have sent it to the state crime lab for examination, Brewer said. We continue to follow any and all leads. If you have any information, please contact the Harlan County Sheriff's Office. We will continue this investigation until justice is brought to the family of Mike Lamb. We offer our prayers to the family. Now, it was in March of 2022 when Mike Lamb vanished in thin air without a trace from the Clover Fork community. He was staying with his brother, for whom he was a caretaker. He told his brother he was going to walk to a neighbor's house, but he never returned. Mike Lamb was described by family and friends as a homebody who mostly went out to pay bills or buy groceries. It was reported that his wallet, ID, keys, and other personal items was still at his residence after he disappeared. He was last seen wearing a green jacket, black or gray t-shirt, blue jeans, and white tennis shoes. He was 52 when he went missing and was described as 5'9", weighing about 160 pounds. It's especially hard for the Lamb family during the holidays. Chastity Lamb said her brother made one of the best Thanksgiving turkeys she had ever eaten. It's awful around the holidays, she said. All of you think about how he didn't get to have Thanksgiving with his family, and knowing he was murdered makes it even harder. Not knowing where it is makes it even more harder. Someone chose this for him. That makes me angry. As Christmas approaches, Aaron Lamb said, he sees families full of laughter and it's hard for him to hold back the tears as well as the anger. It does get worse around the holidays, Aaron Lamb said, which is Mike's son. I see everyone having good times with their families. Meanwhile, my family will never be the same. Those involved with my father's disappearance and those who were not involved but know what happened, they have no heart whatsoever. They would want answers if it was one of their family members. And that's exactly right. Exactly right. Family members of Mike Lamb, as well as police, have said that it was odd he disappeared so quickly from the area after reportedly telling his brother he was going down the street to visit a neighbor. Family said he would have never left his handicapped brother like that for an extended period of time, nor would he have walked off without his own medication because he too had health problems. While he also wouldn't have walked off without his wallet, other stuff like that. While Lamb was reportedly seen in other areas in and around Everett's after he went missing, no traces of his whereabouts has been determined since his disappearance. He was reported to the Harlan County Sheriff's Office. Several search parties were formed during the weeks following Michael Lamb's disappearance, and authorities dredged the High Split Lake near Everett's after a tip was made to the family that someone saw him being put into the pond. Nothing turned up from the dredge, and many in the community search parties were unsuccessful. One tip that came in was seeing Mike Lamb on a convenience store surveillance video with a woman, and that's Sherry. Aaron said he had been disheartened in the past from the lack of progress being made by police in his father's missing person case, but that he felt the sheriff has become vigilant in the investigation since taking office. Chastity Lamb said her family thinks they know who was involved with her brother's disappearance, but that's nothing conclusive, has corroborated their suspicion. She said a few things have been sent to the lab for analysis, and that the family remains hopeful that the new DNA findings will accelerate solving the case. She says that she is confident we know who did it, but knowing and proving are two different things. That's what I was about to say. It ain't what you know, guys. It's what you can prove. And I'll spend all my days trying to prove it, she said. A family determined to find their loved one should never be underestimated. And that is a fact, too. Janice Brewer said she feels her cousin's missing person case has not been solved because people are afraid to talk. She said she feels the police are working hard in the case and with what leads they have, but that she also understands a thorough investigation can take time. I just pray that someone will do the right thing and come forward, Brewer said. I understand that it takes a while to work a case like this, so I'm just trying to be patient with the whole process and hope they have enough manpower to work all the leads that I'm sure they have gotten. It remains, Janice Brewer hopes that her cousin will be found and that justice will be served. She said she wanted people to know how good of a man her cousin was and that he did not deserve what happened to him. He deserves to be brought home and for justice to be had, Brewer said. We, his family, deserve answers and closures. Do you know anything about his disappearance? Please come forward. And you really need to, guys. If you all know something, excuse me, I got to move around here a little bit. If you all know something about what happened to Mike Lamb, you can make an anonymous tip and you can tell him where he's at if you know. Christy said that her brother, who Mike was taking care of when he disappeared in 2022, passed away last month, causing more grief from the family. She said it was extra hard because he did not know what happened to their brother. I just want to bring Mike home, Chastity Lamb said. Our brother passed away not knowing where Mike was, not getting to bring him home or see those who murdered him brought to justice for what they did. I don't want that to be me. I don't want to go my whole life and never have peace from this. Tips, like I said, can be made anonymously about the case and made to the Harlan County Sheriff's Office. All you got to do, guys, is call 1-606-573-1313 and just tell them what you know about it. I mean, there's people out there that knows, and it's true from my understanding that he was seen with Sherry Strunk on that surveillance tape. So who knows? I mean, nobody knows what happened to this man, but I think they're getting closer to finding out. Anyway, guys, I will keep you updated. This is a story that is right in my backyard. A lot of people go missing around here like that and end up gone forever. So after it being 4 years, I'd say he's gone forever. But they do need closure, a burial, and I'm sure somebody out there knows something. So call 1-606-573-1313. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Get this video out to everybody. DNA evidence has been found. New DNA evidence. So hopefully this will soon come to some closure. God bless you all. Take care. I'll see you on the next video. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me grow. You know, if you want to become a member, that would be awesome. I don't have a lot of members, so I would be truly grateful. Once I get a few, I'll start releasing more videos to the members only part. So consider becoming a member. At least subscribe if you watched any of my video, and comment. Let's talk about what happened to Mike, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't be a window watcher. Subscribe. This is what Mike Lamb looked like in 2022 when he went missing. If you have any information, please call 1-606-573-1313.